Be strong.
Good day, everyone. Our lesson is for third quarter, week 2, most essential competencies in English 6. The title of this is Providing Evidence to Support Opinions. But before we proceed to our lesson, I would like to request everyone to please subscribe. And there is a notification bell in there. Please click it for more updated or more updates of videos in English 6. Objective, child should be able to provide evidence to support opinions. An opinion refers to a personal belief. It is a statement of what a person or an author thinks or believes. It also relates to how someone feels about something. Others may agree or disagree with your opinion. However, you must back it up with evidence and other supporting details to persuade your target audience and or listeners. The following sentence patterns will help you in citing evidence to support opinions. This will also guide you to relate and get answers to the essential questions below. These are the guides. What led you to that idea? How does the evidence support your idea? These are some statements here. For example, in the blank paragraph, the text states, or in blank, it clearly shows that. And another one, based on what I read, or an example may be found in, then the text states that, the author defines, describes, or the illustration depicts that, or the survey, the graph figures shows that. These are the guide you can relate and get answers to the essential questions. So for that direction, read the selection below, then answer the question that follow. Do this in your notebook. This is about the story of Dugongs. Okay, Dugongs. Dugongs are warm-blooded sea animals. They are commonly known as sea cows because of their fondness for grazing on the underwater sea grass. They are the only aquatic herbivorous mammals because they feed on plants exclusively. What makes it more interesting is that dugongs are more closely related to elephants than to other marine mammals like whales, dolphins, or seals. Dugongs swim using their whale-like tail and use their front flippers for balance and turning. They are often called as gentle giants as they move slow yet graceful. Another trait that makes them different from dolphins and whales is their ability to hold their breath to more than 15 minutes. These enormous vegetarians have a trunk-like flexible upper lip, thick skin covered with bristles, and nails on their forelimbs, and replaceable teeth. They can weigh approximately 400 kilograms and grow up to 3 meters long. They can reach the age of 70. Dugongs can be found in the warm waters on the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Sadly, they are endangered in many parts of the world. Populations that once flourished around India, Africa, and other tropical islands in the Indian Ocean are now endangered due to degradation or loss of habitat, the seagrass. Large populations of dugong still inhabits in the coastal of Australia since they are protected by law. Okay, it's your time to read now. Okay, again, let's read this one. All together, please. Dugongs. Dugongs are warm-blooded sea animals. They are commonly known as sea cows because of their fondness of grazing on underwater seagrass. They are the only aquatic herbivorous mammals because they feed on plants exclusively. What makes it more interesting is that dugongs are more closely related to elephants than to other marine mammals like whales, dolphins, or seals. Dugongs swim using their whale-like tail and use their front flippers for balance and turning. They are often called as gentle giants as they move slow yet graceful. Another trait that makes them different from dolphins and whales is their ability to hold their breath to more than 15 minutes. These animals, vegetarians, have a trunk-like flexible upper lip, thick skin covered with bristles, and nails on their forelimbs and replaceable teeth. They can weigh approximately 400 kilograms and grow up to 3 meters long. They can reach the age of 70. Dugongs can be found in the warm waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Sadly, they are endangered in many parts of the world. Populations that once flourished around India, Africa, and other tropical islands in the Indian Ocean are now endangered due to degradation or loss of habitat, the seagrass. Large populations of dugong still inhabits in the coastal of Australia since they are protected by law. Okay, so let's be ready. Let us be ready with the questions. Are you ready now? Okay, these are the questions. The first question is, what is the passage about? Why are they called as gentle giants? Second, how are dugongs classified as herbivorous? Support your answer. Third question, why are dugongs closely relative to elephants than other marine mammals like dolphins, whales, and seals? What statements in the passage support your answer? And number four, what do you think are the reason why dugongs become endangered? And fifth question, what can we do to prevent the extinction of these animals? Okay, for the first question, what is the passage about? Why are they called gentle giants? Okay, the passage is about dugongs. And why they are called as gentle giants? Because in the third paragraph, the text states there that they are called as gentle giants as they move slow yet graceful. Then the second question, how are dugongs classified as herbivorous? Support your answer. Okay. And the first paragraph, the text states that they are the only aquatic herbivorous mammals because they feed on plants exclusively. Right, they only eat plants. And third question, why are dugongs closely related to elephants and other marine mammals like dolphins, whales, and seals. Okay? The reason why dugongs in the second paragraph again, why are dugongs closely relative to elephants? Then the other marine mammals like dolphins, whales, and seals. In the second paragraph, the text states there that dugongs are more closely relative to elephant than the other marine mammals like whale, dolphins, or seals because dugongs, as you can see there, dugongs swim. They're relative to elephants because of what? Because of what? And as you can see there, they are they have a trunk-like flexible upper lip, thick skin covered with bristles, and they are what? And they are related to elephants because they have the ability to hold their breath for more than 15 minutes like elephants. Okay, what statement in the passage support your answer? So you can see that in paragraph 3 and 4. Okay? So what do you think are the reasons why dugongs become endangered? The reasons why dugongs become endangered because around Indian, Africa, and other tropical islands in Indian Ocean, they are now endangered due to degradation or loss of habitat, the sea grass. And the fifth question, what can we do to prevent the extinction of these animals? So what do you think we can do? We should protect the habitat of these animals. It states also in the sixth paragraph that the large populations of dugongs still inhabits in the coastal of Australia since they are protected by law. Okay? This one, a what, why, how strategy can also be used to help you remember to include appropriate evidence. These are the chart you should follow. So, what do you think? When you ask about what do you think, this is your opinion. And why do you think it is? Or why do you think it? These are the reasons. You have to state the reason why and how. Show the evidences here. So, for example, what do you think? So it is your opinion. Dugongs are like elephants. You only say that your opinion that dugongs are like elephants. Then the reason why do you think it is or dugongs are like elephants? Dugongs are like elephants are dugongs and elephants are both enormous. They have the same nose or trunk. Okay? Then show your evidences. As you can see in the second paragraph, the text states there that dugongs are more closely related to elephants. In the fourth paragraph, it states that these enormous vegetarians have a truck-like, flexible upper lip. And the image shows that dugongs have trunk-like upper lip. Okay? So these are the evidences from the text, from the passage. Okay, everyone has the right to express his own opinion. However, it is considered irresponsible if it is expressed without evidence. Hence, when giving opinions, one should be tactful. Every person must understand what has transpired so that the opinion expressed become valuable and meaningful as well as persuasive to the audience. For learning task 1, you have to read the writing prompt carefully, answer the questions, then provide evidence found in the passage to support it. Use appropriate sentence pattern. Write your answer in your notebook. So, letter A. Susan has been walking back and forth outside the operating room since 10 o'clock last night. She left for a while to get coffee from the vending machine and continued walking back and forth again with her coffee and her cell phone in her hands. By 2 in the morning, she received a call. After receiving the call, she started texting Mr. Edgardo, informing him that she could not go to work today until the next day. So the question here, why do you think Susan would not go to work? And you're going to list evidence to support your answer. So in this paragraph A, why is the reason why do you think Susan would not go to work? So in this statement, by 2 in the morning, she received a call. And after receiving a call, she started texting Mr. Edgardo, informing him that she could not go to work today until the next day. So you have to list the evidence to support. Letter B. Daniel called his best friend Frederick on Friday afternoon and invited him to come to his house after dinner to watch their favorite movie. It had been a long and tiring day, and Frederick looked forward to doing something since he already finished answering his modules. After dinner, he hopped on his bicycle and pedaled over to Daniel's house. The house was dark, and when he rang the bell, there was no answer. Frederick turned to hop on his bike and rode home. So, what had Frederick realized? So, list evidence to support your answer. He realized that the house was dark and there was no answer. So, it means to say that nobody's home. Okay? So, you have to list evidence to support. So, that is the evidence from paragraph B. Okay? Okay, let's go on. For learning tasks 2, read the passage carefully. Answer the questions in your notebook about stepping up for what is just, based on real events. Matthew Alganas. One evening in December 1955, Rosa Parks rode on a bus home after a long day's work. During that time, Black Americans were separated from white Americans in the bus. The front part of the bus was the section for white Americans. The back part was the section for Black Americans. When the front part of the bus became full, Black people had to give up their seats to white people. Rosa sat in the back section of the bus. Shortly, the white section was filled. The bus driver asked Rosa to give up her seat to a white person, but she refused. She was tired of the treatment that she and other Black Americans received every day. Rosa and the bus driver had an argument. Eventually, the driver had Rosa arrested by the police and sent her to jail. Let's continue. This made the Black citizens on Montgomery angry, so they decided to boycott the buses by not riding on them. Instead, They organized carpools or walked when going to work. The boycott, which was done hoping that city officials would be forced to change the unfair segregation laws, lasted for 381 days. Although the bus companies were losing a lot of money, the city officials did not give in to the demands of the black citizens. Rosa's refusal to follow an unjust law was not disregarded, though 13 months after the boycott started, the U.S. Supreme Court declared that the segregation in the public transportation was unconstitutional. In 1964, the U.S. Congress passed a law known as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that put an end to social discrimination in the country. The bravery shown by Rosa Parks that night proved to be transformative move for the American people. So, okay, let's read it again. So, all together, read it. Stepping up for what is just. Okay? One evening in the December 1955, Rosa Parks rode on a bus home after a long day's work. During the time, Black Americans were separated from the white Americans in the bus. Okay? The front part of the bus was the section for white Americans and the back part of the section for black Americans. When the front part of the bus became full, black people had to give up their seats to white people. Rosa sat in the black section of the bus. Shortly, the white section was filled. The bus driver asked Rosa to give up her seat to a white person, but she refused. She was tired of the treatment that she and the other black Americans received every day. Rosa and the bus driver had an argument. Eventually, the driver had Rosa arrested by the police and sent her to jail. This made the black citizens of Montgomery angry, so they decided to boycott the buses by not riding on them. Instead, they organized carpools or walked when going to work. The boycott, which was done, hoping that the city official would be forced to change the unfair segregation laws, last lasted for 381 days. Although the bus companies were losing a lot of money, the city officials did not give into the demands of the black citizens. Rosa's refusal to follow an unjust law was not disregarded, though 13 months after the boycott started, the U.S. Supreme Court declared that the segregation in public transportation was unconstitutional. In 1964, the U.S. Congress passed a law known as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that put an end to racial discrimination in the country. The bravery shown by Rosa Parks that night proved to be a transformative move for the American people. So these are the questions. Okay. First question is, what does racial discrimination mean? How was racial discrimination shown American before it ended in 1964? What racial discrimination mean? Racial discrimination is any discrimination against any individual on the basis of their skin color or racial or ethnic origin. Individuals can discriminate by refusing to do business with, socialize with, or share resources with people of a certain group. In paragraph 1, it states that black Americans were how can racial discrimination in America before it ended in 1964? Um, as you can see in paragraph 1, it states that Black Americans were separated from white Americans in the bus. The front part of the bus was the section for white Americans, and the back part was the section for black Americans. So, segregation of the two races. And the next question is, how did Rosa Parks show her bravery? Okay, Rosa Parks showed her bravery um, by what? As you can see in the second paragraph, the text states that when the bus driver asked Rosa to give up her seat to a white person, he refused because she was tired of the treatment that that she and the other black Americans received every day. So that's the evidence. Now, um, in this part, so these are the evidences when he refused that one. For the third question, in your opinion, was it right for Rosa to refuse to follow the law on the time explained? In your own opinion, is it right? Is it right to follow? It was right for Rosa to refuse or to follow the law? So what do you think? Yes or no? Why? You have to explain. This is only your opinion, so you have to explain your opinion. And we have different opinions, so you can state here, you can answer here in your own opinion. So number 4, does racial discrimination still occur around the globe? Yeah, still, still nowadays. So you have to list down your evidences, your evidence. Like in the Filipino living in America, some other, American citizens just discriminate them. If you're a Filipino, you have to what? So there is also discrimination around the globe. So next question, how will you help indigenous people like Bajaus from people who treat them unjustly? So how? How will you help indigenous people? Okay, we're going to help them by creating and building a program or organization in order to protect them, right? And also, there are also programs and projects in our government like promoting or promotion of human rights among indigenous people in our country, right? So there are laws. There are also programs for human rights in our country, the Philippines. Okay? Okay. Learning task number 3. You're going to choose a topic of Philippine TV advertisement from the box, then state your opinion about the TV ad using the graphic organizer below. So list evidence to support your opinion. Do this in your notebook. So you have to choose only one here, like toothpaste, shampoo, soft drinks, laundry detergent, bar soap, body wash. The evidence you have to show show what particular shampoo you are using. Then, in your TV advertisement, their opinion, and their evidence. So there must be an evidence there that you're going to show. So just choose only one. Okay. For learning task 4, complete the what, why, how chart. So this, as I showed you a while ago, the what and why chart question, a chart that you're going to answer. So choose one topic from the box, then write your reasons about it. Review your answer, your reasons, and have a list of evidence to support it. Use appropriate sentence patterns in providing evidence. Do this in your notebook. So you have to choose again only one. Is it best movie, TV show, best song or musician or band, best restaurant in your province, best place to visit, best story books, and you have to support why it is best like that. show evidences. So for learning task, okay, these are the activities, the chart, the what, why, how chart. What do you think? What do you think? This is only your opinion, and why do you think it? These are the reason. And how do you know this is your evidence? Okay, you have to choose only one idea, one topic, or one advertisement. Then, what do you think? You have to show your opinion here, and why do you think it is, and how do you know? Show your evidence. Okay, for learning task 5. So you have to complete the statements below by supplying the missing term. Select from the given choices below. Write your answer in your notebook here. Is it meaningful? You have to choose one here. Evidence, tactful, opinion, or responsible. So in 1, for example, and blank is a view or judgment form about something, and it is not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. However, no one can possibly give a point of view if he or she could not provide pieces of blank that comes in different forms to support the opinion expressed. As the saying goes, everyone is entitled to his or her own opinion. However, expressing a personal belief without supporting details, bases, or bits of evidence is considered blank. Hence, one should be one should be blank when giving an opinion. Every person must understand that he transpired so that the opinion expressed, either written, drawn, or spoken, becomes worthy and blank, as well as convincing to target audience. Okay? So, try to answer by choosing the correct or supplying the missing terms there. So, for example, number 1, an opinion is a view of or judgment form about something, and it is not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. However, no one can possibly give a point of view if she could not provide pieces of evidence that comes in different forms to support the opinion expressed. As the saying goes, everyone is entitled to his or her own opinion. However, expressing a personal belief without supporting details, basis, or bits of evidence is considered irresponsible. Hence, one should be blank. One should be tactful when giving an opinion. Every person must understand what has transpired so that the opinion expressed, either written, drawn, or spoken, becomes worthy and meaningful, as well as convincing to the target audience. Okay, you got it? Okay. So here, so you have to read its statement carefully, then write the letters of your answers on your answer sheet. So number 1, which of the following statements is incorrect? An opinion is what a person thinks or believes. An opinion is necessary based on fact or knowledge. An opinion relates to how someone feels about something. An opinion seems true, valid, and probable to one's mind. So it should be incorrect. You have to what? You have to choose only one. Number 2, which of the following statement is not true about evidence? It supports a point of view. B, it can be found in secondary sources. C, it tends to prove or disprove something. D, it speaks for itself once introduced or presented. So number 3, which of the following is not a source of evidence? Surveys, personal experience, graphs or charts, speeches from irrelevant people. So number 4, which of the following opinions is supported with evidence? Dogs are better than cats. Nyognogan Festival is deemed as the festival of all festivals. The survey shows that parents prefer modules over online learning. Then D, Lucena North One Elementary School canteen serves the best merienda. So, which of the following opinions is supported? Next, 5. Which of the following is not true in providing evidence to support opinions? It is a way to persuade the audience. It reflects authenticity and relevance. It helps the audience to think and critically. And letter D, it helps the audience connect their previous knowledge to current situation. So you have this part. It's up to you to answer this part. Okay? In your notebook, you will write your personal insights about the lesson using the prompts below. So I understand that, then I realize that, then I need to learn more about what. So you have to stay there, what you understand, and what you realized, and what you need to learn more about the topic, about the subject, about this topic, okay? Yes. For this, thank you very much, kids. Thank you very much for watching and learning and for understanding the video. So again, please subscribe and click the bell button for the updates. Thank you.